Hi. I think we're back here with Derpathon. I'm Mrcab. We're playing Zelda 1. So when Ahmad put up the submissions for this, and we knew this was going to be for fun, I go down the list and I saw nobody was playing Zelda. So I went and I did the one thing that every Zelda 1 runner I know, if you'd say, I'm going to run this in a marathon, they say, why would you do that? No, and Fred curses this category on a regular basis. I don't know if he curses the category so much as he curses it in a randomizer context, but he curses it for sure. This is the second quest. So most people know with Zelda 1 there's two quests. There's the normal game up here, and then when you beat the game, or if you type in your name as Zelda, you get this sword holding up on the title screen or the file select screen. Sorry, it's like really early in the morning here. So we're going to do this mode. We're going to try and do it without dying or without saving and quitting. It's going to fail spectacularly, but I think we're all going to have a good time doing it. It's not going to be the normal route, but we'll try. So without further ado, I'm going to kick this off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Time starts on control of Link, so there is a minus 184, I think it is, up there in the corner. It's something like that. So this starts familiar enough, but one thing immediately that I'm doing that's dumb, I never figured out how to manipulate the money-making game. I probably should. So we're going to immediately start by trying to make some money, because I need to pay the muggers later. So I killed 3 enemies there, 4, 5, 6. Zelda 1 is a game of counting for the uninitiated here. 7, 8, 9, and the 10th enemy drops a 5 ruby. So this now is 1 on the global counter, which means there's a chance to drop a bomb. We got it. That is more important than you know. That hit is actually important, because if I killed 16 enemies in a row, I'd get a fairy. Right now I've killed 15 enemies, which doesn't sound very important, except the bomb droops. It's known which enemy will drop what, like as far as which group in this game. So bomb droppers will potentially drop a bomb on the kill 1, 6, or 8. In fact, right now I've killed 1 bat, which puts me on pace so that the blue Octorok, when we kill it on the way out, will also do something. I have no idea how many enemies I've killed right now. This is the problem with counting in this game. Well, now it doesn't matter. Oh my goodness. Well, right now the point is that we killed a bunch of hands. And that's good. The bubble makes it so you can't use your sword for a little bit, and it also resets your consecutive kill counter, which we're going to talk a little bit more about here in a second here. 1. Remember that number. I'm not joking. 1. Hey, we made it out of level 1. Sweet. So, level 1 might have been a little bit different than everyone remembers there, so welcome to second quest. Oh boy. So this might drop a bomb. Probably won't, but it might. We needed that. 2. Marathon luck. So here's some screen wraps. Zelda 1 is kind of known for this, where if you line up near the edge of the screen, it's an NES game, and you need a 1-frame tap. You're tapping up or down, despite the fact Link turns around to face the other left-right direction. And you can do that, which is obviously very useful. We just crossed the river without anything. Now, in second quest, we actually need the power bracelet. It's absolutely required. So we just kind of grab that there and here, way out of the way. And we need to get to where in the first quest you would buy the blue ring. Is actually where level 2 is. Excuse me. Side note, left to right, that works. Or right to left, I guess, that works through walls. Left to right, it does not. 3, by the way, on consecutive kills. 3. It's a good number. Count Von Count would like it. Count Von Count loves this run. 4. We got bombs, which makes it a lot less important that I have a bomb. 5. Trust me, this is all important. Second quest, 6, 7. Wow. Gives us a lot of Gibdos here. We have to kill them all to get that key. 7? 7. 8. Gibdos with wooden swords are pretty awful. 9. No, that might be 10. Because we just got the blue one. So it's okay, because we got so many bomb drops. This is the problem with trying to count, and the game is very nice, giving me a lot of things. So a Gibdo hit hug will cost me 2 hearts. I only have 4. Where are these bombs coming from today? This is amazing. Thanks for the good luck, everybody. So I actually want to leave that one alive, and we'll see why soon enough. Second quest, very different. Significantly harder than first quest. And level 2... well, first of all, level 1 is a maze. You actually can't get through it without a bomb. There are backups. There are some forced bomb drops in that dungeon. But we were very lucky to get a lot. I'm not even going to bother with this. That man Handela likes to run off into the corner, and maybe you can kill it. Very often, it's going to hit you. It's 1 heart every hit. I only have 4 hearts. This is not a good situation to have to then continue in the rest of the dungeon. But there's also a key in that room. Optimally, we kill it. We get the bomb drop from it. Everybody's happy, and we don't have to do it later. Fortunately, there's an extra key in this route, and so we can get that later instead. It just costs a little extra time. I told you this run was not going to be the best second quest run you've seen, but we're gonna have a good time. It's gonna have a good time. So second quest also introduces the walk-through walls in the first place. Remember that mummy I didn't kill earlier? You see that shutter door down there? If we had killed all the enemies in this room, they would have reset, but Zelda 1 notably remembers how many enemies are on given screens. So it remembered there was 1 enemy left. Look at that nice kill there. Let's run through this room. This room also has a floor drop of a bomb. If we kill all those dark nuts, we don't want to kill a lot of dark nuts. It's kind of messy. We could. Half a heart isn't terrible to lose. I'd rather not lose it, but we can deal with it. These Zal, I want them to stop moving before I stab them, because otherwise they might go through the blocks, and obviously I want to catch them there. We got to kill them all so we can get through this room. Another mummy room. Good pattern. Good pattern. Apparently the way to set the RNG as best as possible for this game is to sit in a green room for a very long time with the title screen looping repeatedly. So thanks to Tech. Always shout outs to Tech. So here's Gleeok. This is the hard part of the run. So every one of those fireballs is 1 heart of damage. The fireballs typically can only have 1 on the screen at a time. So I want to be careful that when the fireball goes away, I'm not near the Gleeok head so I don't get hit. Now after about, 8 some odd hits, the head pops off. Okay, this is a little spicy now. I want to stay away from that head. Oh my god, we did it. Okay, cool. That's probably the hardest part of the run. I'm going to say that another 5 times. So again, right, everything that Gleeok does basically does a whole heart of damage to all 4 of my hearts. So that's kind of painful. The game gave us 1 billion bombs, which is amazing. That never happens. So normally I'd be killing all these blue enemies. A lot of the early 2D Zelda games, right, there's enemy groups. And on the overworld, blue enemies typically are in the bomb dropping group, which goes back to everything I was saying earlier about the total number of kills I've made in the entire game. On the 1s, the 6s, and the 8s, they might drop a bomb. We haven't had to force a bomb yet, but we might. So we obviously just skipped the Lost Woods. Maybe it's not so obvious, but there's a set of screens there where you have to go up, left, down, left to progress unless you do that screen wrap and just skip the whole mess. One thing that second quest also introduced that's not in the first quest at all, well, except for a lake screen, is these random recorder screens where you play the flute here, which you might remember from Mario 3 Warp Whistles, and this happens. So welcome to level 6. Yes, we just went 136. Also, oh god, Wizrobes. We have to navigate a couple of rooms in the dark here. Don't get hit by the red Wizrobe beams. It's not good. It's not fun. They do 4 hearts of damage each. 4. So Zelda 1 also has a select button to pause the game, so we're going to quickly see here that the bottom of the screen is much clearer than the top of the screen. We're going to go that way. Whew. Okay, cool. Cool. Just going to run around here. Whoop! Deke the traps. Get the money. We're up to 25 rupees. The mugger needs 50. Now, come on. Okay, we somehow didn't get hit by the bats. So this is no up A, which is no save and quit, which means we got to get out of here now. That is a little more fun. So we're back in this room. I'm going to go down. Ooh, I get hit by a fireball, which is better than getting hit by, well, anything else in that room except the bubbles, I guess. We have one more thing. We have red bubbles and blue bubbles on the screen, by the way. That was not good. So, we're still alive. Getting hit by a red bubble means I can't use my sword until I hit either a blue bubble or I save and quit, or I go to a fairy, somehow get a full health refill, perhaps from a Triforce. I'm shocked that this thing didn't just kill us outright as soon as we arrived on the screen. So we're going to try to not die. We didn't die. So we're already off route here. Like, typically, you get hit by a red bubble and you don't get the blue bubble back. Your run's basically over. Of all the things that could go wrong, it's not that bad, honestly. Like, obviously, we had this backup kind of planned here to go to the ferry. We can get our sword back. So we would have been right here again. Now, one thing I'm doing that's different than the typical... Oh, I don't like this at all. The screen to the side here is actually the Lost Woods screen. So we have to do that and not go and miss it and go into the screen transition. We have to do a little bit of a ladder clip there. This is the world wrap. We just went from the left edge of the map to the right edge of the map. We did that because we're over here now. We're actually close to our next actual dungeon we want to get to. And I said we need some money. This isn't a lot of money. I'm gonna get it because it's there. Ugh. I'm even going to like sigh in relief a little bit because this run is kind of rough sometimes, especially when stuff like that happens. So splits are already turning red up there because, yeah, we should be way out of here. But anyway, if you're familiar with the game, this is the site of First Quest Level 2. Welcome to Level 3. One other thing you might have noticed earlier, and as I go to fight the Triple Dodongos... Well, let's fight the Triple Dodongos first, then I'll talk about the recorder and what just happened a few minutes ago. Dodongo hates smoke is the hint. A lot of people who play the NES game know that if you feed a Dodongo bombs, it will stop moving. 2 bombs will kill it. But not a lot of people realize if you get it in smoke and you stop it, you can stab it and you get a bomb. This room is another one of the classic reverse C rooms where there's a lot of wall masters. We need to kill all the enemies in the room, so all these hands, to be able to push the block that reveals the staircase. Which naturally means we can't get any clocks that appear. So this is level 3. And we used the recorder. The recorder in Zelda 1 takes you to the location of dungeons you've cleared. We used it, and we went to this random cave. Now, a lot of people might recognize that screen position that we went to and say, Mr. Cab, that is first quest level 3's screen, but you're in level 3, you beat level 2, and this is where things get really messed up as far as your second quest accounting goes. They didn't change the location that the recorder takes you to, and level 2 is level 3, and level 3 is level 2, and level 4 is level 5, and level 5 is level 4, and level 8 is level 7, and level 7 is level 8. Level 6, however, is in fact level 6. You don't have to worry about that one. That's okay. Did everybody get all that? There might be a test later. Also, check out the like bajillion Zelda 1 speedrun resources that are out there, because they will all explain this much more succinctly than I ever will. So, about the actual run for a little bit here, because we're doing some things slightly differently right now, right? The actual optimized run of Zelda 1 second quest does not get the white sword. Well, no, it does get the white sword, I should say. It does not get the magical sword in the second quest. It's too slow to really kind of get the money for the muggers, which is what we just did. And on top of that, it's too slow to go out of your way and get all these hearts, because you need 12 hearts to pick up the magical sword. And we are now, there's 8 hearts in a row, we're up to 9. 3 more hearts and we can get, as they say, mags. But the white sword's actually pretty close too. We picked up a pair of 30s earlier. Now, we do use the recorder to fast travel around. We went to level 3 a minute ago and there was a cave there instead of level 3. And some people probably know that cave sells candles. The 60 rupees, so the 230 ruby secrets that we picked up, are useful for getting the blue candle. And typically in 2 more dungeons, we'd be teleporting to that level 3 screen. At which point we would, I want this actually. At which point we would collect our blue candle there. However, there's a couple of screens in level 4 that are really annoying. And we've already established Mr. Cab is bad at Zelda 1. And would like this run to be kind of full of safeties, because the marathon needed more padding, more Zelda. You want to see more Zelda. So here we are. We also kind of juked onto the screen. We went back and forth just to set up this spawn of that blue Lionel, because blue Lionels hurt a lot, so we don't want to deal with them. So right now we're pretty well off. We've got 50 rupees. That's enough to pay off the mugger. We've got our blue candle already, so that's pretty good. We've got the white sword now. The white sword requires 5 hearts to pick up. It does twice as much damage as the wood sword. So we're doing pretty good. Now this rock we pushed earlier, it's this one if you missed it. Welcome to level 4. Level 5 was a fairy spring up there. I don't know. I don't make the rules. So this is a dark room. This is the room, by the way, that if we kill that Manhandla, remember that thing? I said there's a backup key in the route. This is the backup key. Assuming I can kill this thing. I still want some money. I said I'm good on money for now, but there's a second mugger I'm going to have to pay later. That one, it's less important because I'll already have the magical sword. But, yeah. So, this is Dig Dogger. Dig Dogger does not like the recorder. I forgot to actually use the recorder. Now, your optimal strat is to drop a bomb, use the recorder, and drop another bomb. So here's a little trick. You kill one of the little eyes, leave the room, come back. Oh, look, it's dead. Now, using 2 bombs is our optimal strat. You kill it once, you kill it twice. But by doing that little trick, we save those bombs, which is nice. This doesn't look like much, but I'm going to actually go ahead and use the candle here. We just block clipped inside the blocks. And doing that in the dark is annoying, and if it goes wrong, oh, we really want that candle then. But we got it. Mr. Cab now says easy video game with the rest of the chat. So we're cheesing the room. This is a little slower than maybe doing it optimally, but you see all those blue and red bubbles again? Remember I was talking about those? The red bubbles, you touch it, you can't use your sword until you touch the blue bubble. And who wants to kill a bunch of enemies that are really hard to kill with all that mess going on? Blue Dark Nuts do 2 hearts a hit. I don't want anything to do with them, so we're just going to do that. How many keys do I need? Do I just kill 50 of them? The bats, oh my goodness. Yes, the bats are named keys. Oh my goodness. And so the bunnies, Paul's voice. This is not the Famicom Disk System version, so I can't just blow into the microphone to kill them. Not joking. Side note, there are 10 rubies in a bomb wall to the right here if we needed more money for the mugger. But I really want my bombs for some reason. You might notice I've invoked a few bomb strats. Block clips. Let's talk about block clips. Let's actually talk about this for a second. Much like the screen wrap, you want to tap up or down. You want to get Link's head. I don't like that. I actually want like more here. Just kind of barely inside the block. I'm going to stab, and while Link's stabbing, push right. And then I can just go up and do that. And woohoo, we pass through the turnbuckle. There's a lot of block clips like that in the game. There are a couple of categories, most notably traditional dungeon order for Zelda 1, which outright bans the block clip, but generally that's accepted as a not so major glitch. Enjoy. Can I repeat that? Ahmad, you gotta tell me what I'm repeating. I will gladly repeat a lot of this stuff, and I know that was from a while ago. Nice blue bubbles here. Also, another trick for Zelda 1, if you're unawares, if you're playing randomizer and you're saying which block do I have to push, it's the leftmost block in the middle row every time. So I have 5 bombs. Yeah, I've got 2 hearts left. This is a bad situation. Well, I've got 3 hearts left, I guess. So, some of us know, some of us don't. We're not done with level 4 yet. This is the biggest troll in Zelda. Also, I have 3 bombs. Remember all those bombs I said I wasn't using? Now, I should have done something to set up, this run, I swear. I should have done something to force a bomb drop, but that's going to help us a lot. Fortunately, we have this room here in Red Dark Nuts. Overworld, it's blue enemies. Underworld, it's red enemies. Triple the dongos in shutter doors now. Oh, goodness. Excuse me, this is a pretty serious time kind of moment because you see them dodging out of the way there. This is actually really bad. This is really bad. So we get to walk all the way around the dungeon to that room again. This is where I said we're going to have fun or we're going to have a disaster. Dying in that room is less common than others. Let's see, what did it? Dig Dogger did it. This is why you don't fight Dig Dogger. Now, we talked about enemies a little bit earlier. Bubbles count as enemies. So the only enemies left in this room are the bubbles, which means everybody else doesn't respawn ever. Useful randomizer knowledge for you there. Restarting in Zelda 1 from a death. Traps also count as enemies. The Zulls don't respawn in here. Gives you all of 3 hearts to work with. I would like to try and find some more. Farming health off of some of these enemies generally considered not a great idea, though. I'm just gonna leave that there. I guess in retrospect, it's not that hard to make your way back here. It's really just that one room. Second quest 4 is just full of nonsense. Oh, well. Actually, the bigger problem is that all the Dodongos are back. There are some tricks I can do here. I've actually, at this point, probably killed a lot of enemies in a row. Killing 16 enemies in a row is a guaranteed fairy drop. Not joking. Hi, Triforce. In theory, we could get the Triforce and try and come back with some more firepower. But who wants to do that? Being a little overly cautious here, just the hour and everything else. That half heart, I honestly don't even really care about it. I mean, I guess I do, because the next room also has them. Fortunately, with the clock, enemies stop moving, and we're just invincible to damage, even the fireball stuff. They're not even hitting me anymore, just to make it harder to make my point. So... I really just wanted to make sure that we did get a kill. Feeding a Dodongo 2 bombs outright will also kill it. Also gives it a chance to drop not a bomb, which is why I was waiting to see did I get a heart from it, because that would have been kind of neat. So we're back to this. I want it, but it's all the way up there near the bad things. Again, the bunnies also do 2 hearts. Of damage, the Paul's voices. So this whole room is just a disaster. We did it. Now, you don't want to walk through that door to the right. To the left, I should say. That will lead to bad things, so we're just going to block clip to push that block. I told you we'd get some, we'd pad the time on the marathon a little bit, but that's also why we made the estimate so high. This was all just to get the raft, which has the sole purpose in this run of getting us to level 5. In the marathon scenario, it's also going to be helpful because it's going to get us a red potion to bring into level 9. But we're just here to get to level 5. Level 5 is level 4, and level 4 is level 5. You know what I mean. Seriously though, if I use the recorder right now, I'd go to first quest 5's location. Woo! Alright, let's go. I'd like to say we're going into the easiest level to run, but that would be jinxing it. Where's level 8? It's in a very hidden location called right here. This next room is also a run killer because of red bubbles. So, hi, we made it through the red bubble room. So we're killing some of the second quest ropes. They take 4 hits instead of 1, like their first quest counterparts. So yeah, here we are. This guy again. So the weird thing is that most of the dungeons, even when they're in these really weird off locations, well, most of the dungeons, they're like not on their normal screens, but they're in the same general region as their the dungeon that they're kind of keyed to. 8's the one that's kind of way out here. Like, what is it doing? But that's fine. 8 and 7 are typically known as the spirals of destiny. Nobody ever wants to go through these dungeons. Don't use up an A. We'll know. Don't really need to kill these enemies. Just looking for a little bit of extra stuff. So, the real problem here. We talked about bombs and counting a lot. That was a while ago now. And I have alluded to the fact I really want to have extra bombs whenever I end up in a triple Dodongo room, like I'm about to. Spoilers. So, how do we force a bomb drop? Well, if your consecutive counter kill gets to 10, and you proceed to kill something with a bomb, you get it. We just got hit by a bat, so it's 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We did it. We can count. So a little trick there. If you ever are going into a Moldaworm room, you can do that. Also, if you have smoke on the screen when you put a bomb down, the smoke of the following bomb will not stun a Dodongo. That's why that Dodongo just walked right through that smoke. Like it didn't even care. So, as we mentioned, there's a lot of things we've done in this run to get extra hearts. We went to that desert screen. We did the world wrap for no reason. We went to the extra heart container in the graveyard, which is entirely optional. We killed the Dodongos in level 3. You heard me. The boss was optional. So we're going to get one more optional heart, and that's going to get us up to 12. And for that, we need this. Get me off that screen, my goodness. So Lionel hearts do 2 hearts of damage. We want nothing to do with them. We do have to make a break for it over here, though. Oh. So this is why actual runs of this game, they will never get this magical sword. It's way out of the way. It took a lot of extra effort to get this. And the white sword is a fine upgrade on its own for combat. So we last went to 4. We went to 3. So this is 2, 1, 7. So by looking left and tooting the flute, Link goes -1 on the counter of dungeons. And by looking up or to the right and tooting the flute, it goes up. Because we from start, right? We just went with it once. We only had 2 dungeons cleared, so we went to 3 because it was really the only option. So we knew it was on 3, and then you heard me counting from there. Keep that in mind because that's going to come into play again in a little bit. We just got the 100 rupee secret. So besides muggers, there's one other thing we actually need to finish Zelda 1. We need bow and arrows, because we've got a lot of gomas in our way. We've got these big crabs. They've got giant eyes. They don't know how to keep closed. So we've got to do this. So welcome to Mrcab55 rupees. As a side note, you've seen me screen wrapping left to right, well, right to left. I'm going to continue to say that screen wraps in the other direction are just impossible. Nobody can possibly do them. Although, one hint about them, you can stab when you do them. So at least you kind of can find it eventually. Going right to left, you can't stab to do it. So this is first quest 4, this is second quest 5. It's now a Wizrobe dungeon, because why wouldn't it be a Wizrobe dungeon? We've got to be a little careful wandering through these halls. So, killing these like-likes. Like-likes, of course, steal your shield. We don't really have that. We just want that. So here's some Wizrobes. Oh my goodness. What even? So again, blue Wizrobes, 2 hits. 2 hearts, I should say. Got that candle out, so let's use that. I want the bombs out, because this next room is one of the dreaded rooms that is absolutely full of our best friends. Worth it to get that kill. It only cost us 1 heart to do it. If you thought level 4 health management was bad, Wizrobe dungeons are even worse. One other thing you might have noticed by now is we're probably not getting the blue ring. First quest, if you're new to Zelda 1 and you want to get into the game, start learning it, there's actually a couple of routes that are very friendly, and you get the blue ring, which halves the damage you take. But it requires getting in the first quest, there's 3 of those caves you can walk into and get 100 rupees. And it's incredibly useful for that. Oh, by the way, walk into the screen, see which way Gom is going, then pause. So you can use that to get a blue ring, half your damage, and really have a nice, comfy second half of the run. Second quest, you can collect damn near every one of those little caves and get all the 30s and 10s possible, and you can eventually build up enough money to just barely afford that blue ring and still be able to pay off your muggers and still be able to buy your arrows and all this other stuff. And it's a hot mess. So we've opted for the fun version of, we have a green tunic. And do this. One note on Wizrobe screens. This again applies more to randomizer than this. It's true in the original game as well. Hold up when you go onto a screen that you know has Wizrobes on it. That way you have a better chance of avoiding the blue ones. This floor design is lovingly called the NSU room. We don't have to kill the Vires, but it's more likely we're going to get a... I really want to go and find a... oh, goodness me. That was probably a giant mistake. Well, we'll deal with it. How do we want to do this? We will see if it was really a huge mistake to not get that blue bubble. I think it was. We really can't get sucked into a like right now. Let's do this. Now, unlike the triple Dodongo, Manhandla here does count as a boss. So if it gets defeated, it stays defeated. We do have the compass in the map. This is the Z dungeon. I think I actually am hosed. We'll find out very soon if we're going to be taking another trip through level 5. I think we are. I was really hoping that door was not going to lock behind me. Yeah, we're actually kind of hosed here. We have to kill a Gleeok in the next room, which is not vulnerable to the bow. This is why second quest is such a hot mess and nobody ever wants to run it, by the way. That's alright. Do I want to do this on 3 hearts? I don't think I do. We're going to do the lame thing here. We do have the bow now, at least, so we're going to get a quick refill. We're going to come back. Sorry about that, everybody. So again, 1 to the right, 1 to the left. We go back to the same place we just went to a minute ago. And again, right, that's level 7. Level 7. I still don't have my sword. That's actually the funny thing. That's why I just walked into that blue moblin for no reason. The other ways to get your sword back is to have a potion, which is next on my list. Not yet. but after this next dungeon. Do still need some more money, especially after firing all those arrow shots. We're going to walk around the long way just to show off what we didn't get to do a minute ago. What can't we wait to do? It's okay. You can say it. So we get to just do this again now. And be all sad. The actual bad thing about leaving the dungeon is all those screens reset their enemies, even if there are traps and bubbles and the like. The good thing is that they reset everything. And fires are bomb droppers. You know, I thought about, do I want to do this or not? See, that's why I come in here with it. I somehow managed to get... Oh my goodness. I didn't even see the red bubble hit me. Second quest is wonderful, everybody. So we do it again. I did kind of know this might be a train wreck going in. Second quest runs either go great or not, and that dungeon is one where I have not had a train wreck at all. And that room is just owning me tonight. There's really no other way to describe it. We're going to get the candle out this time and actually go through it. You even saw that one red Wizrobe hit for like 4 hearts. That is the biggest problem with that dungeon. Let's see if we can get the screen wrap again. Oh, I think I actually had it, and I didn't believe that I would have it. I was already turning around. Sword beams, of course. You use them when you have full hearts. In this game, they do the same amount of damage as the actual sword swing. I don't think I can't think of any enemy off the top of my head that does not take this damage as if it got stabbed in the face. These are the flashing bubbles anyway, so they don't really matter. I saw it. As long as you're on that screen, you can just hit the blue bubble again, and then you're fine. So now we should be good. Again, just like hunting for some health for fun. Also, we do need to get some money back after all the arrows we fired. We have that key, so that's good. We can just keep going. As promised, the Manhandla is still dead. Okay, now we can actually proceed with the run again. How much time do we lose? Like 50 minutes? But yeah, I seriously do hope that everybody's enjoying at least the treat of getting to see second quest. Because you don't get to see it that often. We're also seeing why you don't see it that often. So on this screen is a Gleeok. It's a 3-headed Gleeok. Not seen in first quest. It's there, you just don't see it. We're out damaging it. See how much faster that was than using a wooden sword? We did it. I will shout out there to the microphone right now, at least. I know tech's back there. Ahmad and everybody, if we need to get going, you just say when. But remember where level 7 was for a second. Just think about that in the back of your mind. And where level 7 is on the map with regard to level 6 in the graveyard. Let's use the recorder and go to level 6 again. But we're going to do it from this weird spot here. Remember, up 1, down 1 on the counter. So we're going to go to level 7, except this raft is going to go here and go up. This is a trick that I believe is still referred to as the Rue Quarter, based on the runner who discovered it. When you use the recorder, it sets Link's... When you get in the tornado, it sets Link's position to be the screen to the left of the dungeon you're going to, which makes for interesting effects if you then proceed to not go there. So we go one screen up and left from where the game really kind of wanted us to go. I'm really glad I got that bomb, because this was about to get really awkward when I ran out of bombs. And now we're up here instead of at level 7, which just saved us a lot of walking, which is really nice. So this is the intended staircase. You actually can go through this room. It only took us 2 rooms up. This is the room down. This is the weird second quest room. You have to do a double ladder clip to the side to get through it without taking the staircase. It's the faster route with all the wizards in that room. It's by far the more dangerous route, but it's also extremely possible. 2-headed Gleeox here for some reason. Easy kill. Here's another pack of red bubbles. This one's not nearly as worrisome as a lot of the others. There's only 2 rooms left in this dungeon. There's a manhandle we have to run past, and then another blue Goma we get to deal with. Ah! And again, wait to enter the room, see where Goma is. And we don't want to lose too many hearts because we want our health refill to go relatively fast-ish. And the fewer hits we take, the faster that happens. Okay, we made it. So with level 6 down, if you're keeping score at home, the only dungeon left is 7. We last recorded to 7 because it's 8. 1, 2. So we're gonna go to 2, which is second quest 3 in the forest. Kill the blue. Again, we're gonna kill blue enemies in the hopes of getting a bomb. It's going on the global counter, so it's not quite like Zelda 3, Link to the Past, where if an enemy in a prize pack doesn't drop something, it stays there. No, we've got drop groups, and it is 100% just, did we get that enemy to give us its drop? And since we're deep enough in the run, we haven't really been keeping score to the global kill count at all. By the way, that's level 7. You're intended to burn it from that side and walk all the way around to get back to it, or you could do the block clip. Anyway, what I was just saying about killing enemies from the bomb dropping groups. There you go. So this is 7, which has the enemy set of first quest 8, which is a giant mess of dark nuts everywhere. First quest 8 has a pair of rooms lovingly referred to as the Blue Lagoons. And if you thought 2 Blue Lagoons was good, I've got good news for you. We've got 3 here. Down block clip. Cool. We got our extra bomb there. Get that rupee. We're up to 71. That's plenty. Sup. I love having a sword that takes those things down. Remember when I was shooting with the bow and it took forever? Wouldn't that have been so much nicer? Oh my goodness. This is not the first room I actually need to kill them in. I do want to take a moment here just to make sure we can get past the red bubbles and let the fun begin. We can't advance forward without killing some blue dark nuts. The nice thing about blue dark nuts, if there is such a thing, is that they are in the health dropping group. So they are more prone to drop hearts than other enemies. This might look like a blue lagoon. It's not. Because we can just go. Again, wait for the Goma to be on the screen. And again, we kind of want to still get out of the way. Because we don't want to stand there and eat fireballs. We very much want to still just get out of here. And then we have this room where we just get to relax for a moment. Second quest is a mess, everybody. But you should play it anyway. Second quest is a giant troll. It's true. Another not blue lagoon. It looks like a blue lagoon. It smells like a blue lagoon, but we can run through it, so it's not a blue lagoon. They're actually called blue lagoons, specifically blue lagoons. You can see the screen struggling to keep up there as the NES says, "Oh no, what did you do?" Here's our second mugger. Again, a real fast speedrun of this category is going to just give up the hearts there and not worry about the money. Oh my goodness, D-pad, work for me. D-pad, how long have we been doing this? Oh my god. Well, we did it. That was not optimal, but we're through. We've got a couple more rooms we have to deal with here. There was really no getting out of that one. One more blue lagoon. The nice thing about this one is we know there's bombs on the way. A bomb is as good as a magical sword stab. Oh my goodness, we're not feeling it today. I don't want to go below my 4 bombs here because I'm only going to get 4 bombs from this room. This one hasn't been hit at all yet. What? Well, I got my bombs. Alright, cool. One more Gleeok. This one has 4 heads. I have 4 hits to give. It doesn't really matter which head you hit. The third head's going to take off the first head. From here, every 2 hits from the magical sword is going to take off a head. And I really want this flying head out of the bottom of the screen so I can actually get in here. The game just knows sometimes. What even? At the very end there, we finally hit the point where I knew I would win the damage war. A few extra hearts, and I would have felt a lot better going in there after him. Are we going to cut the hour? It's going to be really close, actually. And I don't know if I should apologize or say the plan all along was to get us back on track. Oh my god. Runner's too fast. Yeah, sorry everybody. So we're going to take a little walk here. Now, optimally, we do the exact same thing that we did a little bit ago and set up for, what is that thing? The recorder, by going back to level 4, which is actually level 5, and going to level 6, actual level 6, except with the recorder, that takes us to the screen all the way up on scenic east-west Death Mountain. Had to think about which one was which there. want that heart back because otherwise it's gonna be it's not gonna be dicey. But, you know, we're coming here for our safety. This is actually where the last heart container is, and we're not gonna take it. All those disasters in level 5 where we really wished we had a way of refilling our health. We just got a way of refilling our health. So it's our recorder right now going to trying to think here. We went to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As promised, Scenic West Death Mountain. Sometimes you just can't buy a heart. Hey. The very top left corner of the screen is where we will find level 9. Our objectives here are to get the silver arrows, make some bacon, and get out of town. First, we need the skewers. So this is a walkthrough wall. Because we gotta walk against it a little bit. We want to make sure those traps are not gonna get us. I will take those. This one is a bomb wall. Patra! We're not going to fight Patra yet. That somehow hit us. Great, whatever you say, game. Welcome to second quest. Fortunately, we have some arrows. And we're going to do a very similar sort of thing here to what we've been doing all along. Oh my god, get out of here. Unfortunately, we're going to a room that does have blue bubbles in it, and we do have the potion. The number one reason I have a potion in a lot of scenarios, in second quest logic especially, is specifically to deal with the sword effect, so we can use the potion. That's a full health refill. We get our hearts back. Because we can't go back into that room because game design. I'm pretty sure that's intentional. Like, second quest is the Kaizo Zelda. So these are Lambos. These are our beloved danger noodles. Oh god, I'm not dealing with that. They do 2 hearts of damage each per hit too, so that's a giant mess. Much like a lot of other enemies like this, as soon as one's dead, they're both dead. You just have to leave the room. The other strategy I would have used for that room a lot is make use of my silver arrows. Because silver arrows do magical sword damage. So with room of like-likes, we can just run through. I think this is a Vire room. This is like the last friendly-ish room in the game. So I would like to get a heart, but I don't think I'm going to get one at this point. Hey. This is a room full of blocks. I have the candle on. I might as well use it. There is a blue bubble in this room. Oof. This room just looks like a whole lot of fun with 6 blue wizards in it. That, dare I say it, was a timely clock. Likes don't drop anything, so we're just going to leave them. Don't worry, I am looking at that life meter. Bubbles or no, potions are still potions, and will heal you. So, we're going to leave this party for just a moment. Again, things that you normally don't see in this speedrun, because normally you have players that know what they're doing. We have plenty of money, so we can go to town here. Arrows collect rupees, by the way. We can't get the blue ring because it costs too much money. We can get the red ring. It's kind of right here, which this runs into enough of a disaster. We're going to go ahead and quadruple our defense just for funsies. We don't want to experience Ganon's finishing move of the Hyrule driver. Thank you so much for the raid out there, Ray. This is Patra. There's one Patra, I think it's typically the second small one that spawns, where as long as it's alive, the pattern will change. So you want to be a little careful at first. Of course, if you mess it up, or if it just timing's wrong anyway, just go to work on it. You basically want to get it back to a quote-unquote normal pattern before you start killing most of them. Makes it that much easier. All right, we're almost there, everybody. So here's Patra. One more Patra. Don't let these little things fool you. They hurt. Again, 2 hearts. Of course, we have the red ring now, so they only do a quarter of a heart. We're just gonna keep this ready. I think we're gonna make it to 102. So here's Ganon. We're missing the stun lock. Again, these fireballs would typically do 1 whole heart of damage. Getting bodied by Ganon does 4 hearts of damage, the legendary Hyrule driver. We got him in the stun lock, so that was good. We're a little overestimate, but we made it. Here, stop timer. There. Sorry about the flashing. NES games, everybody. So yeah, that's why you never see second quest in a marathon. But like I said at the beginning of all this, when I saw the schedule, I saw there wasn't any Zelda on it yet at the time. I was like, all right, let's go for it. It'll be fun. We'll have a good time. We'll have a few laughs. It's Zelda 1. We get to shouts to Jam. I don't know if I'm great if my score is -3. I mean, that's... Level 5 was, I think the word's a train wreck. Oh, don't forget level 4. Let's actually forget level 4. Let's forget it all. And, I've got a schedule here. Somebody say who's next. I think we get to see Command and Conquer. I think that's happening. I'm getting out of here. Have a good night, everybody. It's way too early for me. Thanks, Ahmad. I'm gonna hang out here and watch the streams.